Oh, hello. Daddy D. Wally here. Welcome to the Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. My name is Daddy D. Wally, and we are going to be talking about Oblivion and how I will close all 60 Oblivion gates. The title of this episode, you guys, is actually "The Gates of Oblivion Are Coming." I did have that in our notes, but Jose completely ignored the title. So
What?
shout out. And joining us as always, speaking of producer, nice night for a walk at Chipotle Bear. How are you?
I'm doing fine. For the record, in our chat, our literal nerd chat, Dan wrote, title of the episode, Shadow Dropping Oblivion.
Where did I write that?
He did.
Do you want me to pull the receipts? Because I will do
Please.
it right now while you introduce it.
I would love to see that.
Code. I will show you on the thing. Introduce the next guest.
Joining us as always, congrats, Rory McElroy, X Bacon Gaming.
Did not miss a single shot of this tournament. I watched it at work. I watched it at home. I have been a huge Rory fan since he came on the scene, and I have never been as emotional as I was Sunday at about 4:30 p.m.
Really?
They were chopping.
Are you a Tiger
onions.
hater, Bacon?
No, I'm a Tiger's
So
my number one.
2019. Okay, I was gonna say.
Tiger got me into golf. I would never golfed if it wasn't for him and popularizing the sport like he did. Guys, absolutely incredible. And someone was chopping onions in my house Sunday. I have
What?
never. Yep, I was emotional.
Really?
I am that much.
I mean,
of a
I hate
fan.
golf too. Like it makes
That
me
man,
want to cry. But
that man has fought and put up with the haters for so damn long to finally. I'm on cloud nine right now.
I thought
I'm
he
right-
was the biggest of the haters.
I'm right there with you, Bacon. I got to interrupt because I was tearing up at the Rio Grande while I was drinking my second margarita. I was tearing up watching that because I knew what we were witnessing. Allie was just like, "Oh, is this the final hole?" I'm like, "Allie, this is the playoff. He just blew the last putt. Can you pay attention for me? Can you help me out here?"
I watched all 11 of those Masters since he's tried to get that Grand Slam and the heartache. He had a 4-stroke lead when he was super young on the final day. And
He was 21, youngest
and,
ever.
I mean, it's such a full circle moment. If you're not into sports, I understand, but I'm just, I was a little emotional.
And for our audience out there who doesn't know about golf, he won the Grand Slam, which means he won the 4 majors, and only, I didn't know this, 6 players in the history of golf have ever reached the career Grand Slam. So it was a big deal. Joining us as always, more AA bangers, please. Bubble Boy and 7.
Heck yeah. Happy to be here as always. Great way to end out the week. That my title there is referring to South of Midnight, which I'm about halfway through and loving every minute of. So
For the record,
All right.
title, Shadow Dropping Oblivion.
Send that to me. I don't
It's in
remember.
our chat.
Send that to me. Is that me? Because I'm not seeing it.
No, it's Chance. I'm sorry. That was
Thank
Chance.
you, thank you. I knew it. I knew it, you guys. See what they do to me, guys? I knew it. I knew I didn't write that title,
you know how
and I
to
have it
put it
in the doc.
as a
Moving
group?
on to news story number 1, Jose. We're Xbox news for the week, Jose. These guys are trying to gaslight me, and I think I'm using that definition correctly here.
we don't have to
News
gaslight you.
story number 1.
He's got that Riz.
The gates of Oblivion are dropping imminently. The leaked images of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remaster seems to be coming soon, imminently. We started to see leaks all about the internet here. I think the first place I saw it was, of course, Wario64. Let's be real. He's on top of everything. I don't know how he does it. We've got an image here from Tom Warren over at The Verge showing it by Virtuous's website. Oops. Showing it. And then also we've got detectives taking advantage of the AI. I don't know if you guys saw this in our news, the second link there.
yeah.
Tom Warren also on X platform, the Xbox support account is telling people that the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered is releasing on April 21st. Bro, what? And then it shows a picture. I was wondering if the Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster will be available to play on cloud gaming. And Xbox support AI responded, "Thank you for your reply. Yes, it will be playable on October or April 21st, 2025. Thanks, AI. Our AI overlords are just telling us the release date. Boys,
Praise be.
we've got a few days if this is true. And I mean, by all accounts, it looks like this is happening. Bubble Boy, did you get every achievement to the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion? And will you be dropping on April 21st? Or are there just too many games, Chance?
Gosh, it depends on how far I get with South of Midnight. If I can finish South of Midnight, I probably will. If not, it might have to wait. I don't want it to get backlogged, but it might end up getting backlogged. And that is no knock on it. That doesn't mean I'm not excited about it. I'm absolutely pumped about it. This is going to sound weird. I probably would have preferred like a middle of summer shadow drop though, like when nothing else is going on.
I agree.
Not hating on it, not upset with it, just like, that's a me problem. So
Exactly. Are we complaining about too many games, Jose?
We absolutely are complaining about too many games. And it feels real good. I'm not going to lie.
Isn't it crazy though, Jose? I mean, in April alone, what do we got? South of Midnight, Claire Obscure, potentially Elder Scrolls, Blueprints. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? My God!
Next
month we've got Doom, and this is there's too many games. Jose, did you play this game? I don't think you did, right? You've not.
I did not play Oblivion.
Wow.
I didn't finish Skyrim, to be fair, and it's not because I hate Skyrim or anything. I didn't play it when it originally came out, and so it's like that eternal problem of like as an adult finding time to play these insanely long games that are wonderful, amazing games. Like I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's just a function of like, dude, to find 100 hours when there's so many games out, and of course life is also a piece of that too. But it's cool, man. I'm excited, dude. I know a lot of people love this. Depending on if there's time this summer, because I still want to play Shadows and like there's a bunch of stuff.
Oh, God.
Games Fest, I'm sure is going to drop a whole bunch of stuff too. I'm excited. I do want to at least check it out. I mean, and if it's on Game Pass, geez, like there's absolutely no reason why I couldn't jump in and just try it. So I'm excited, man. It'll be great.
Shout out to Game Positive. Game Positive. Eric said, "Daddy Diwali is a Khajiit main." No, I'm not, Eric. I'm not the cat. My brother is obsessed with Khajiit. Yeah, Pony, my brother. He's obsessed with being in Khajiit. And I can't remember what I was actually in Oblivion. I was probably a stupid Imperial. I was probably lame like that with my original characters.
not a red coat.
No, it's
Red coat.
I thought they were
Not a
red guards.
Red guards. Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, too much Assassin's Creed.
If anything, I don't know. I really stuck to humans. So Bacon, let's get you in on this. This is happening, right? And you also have not played this game, correct?
I have not. I've
Wow.
only played Skyrim and
Never
I played,
and never
played
beaten
it badly.
Oh,
I got to the
Bethesda
end.
game. Only game you've beaten was Starfield. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm excited that not that I wouldn't want to play this. I just don't like playing dated games. So now that it's getting this fresh refresh and what I'm seeing from screenshots looks super good. So everyone tells me this is probably one of the best, if not the best. One. So I'm
At the time, I think people consider it their best before the nostalgia because it was such a big deal on 360. Like that was the first one I played. Bacon. And my fun story about this, really quick, and I've told this before, is that I bought it for my brother for his birthday. He was like in high school and I was off to college. And I remember just sitting down to play with him that first area. The first area you're in is like this jail and you're breaking free and you're in this like caves. I remember playing that with him for an hour and I'm like, holy crap, how have I never played this game? Instantly on the way back up to Boulder, bought a copy myself and then spent like the next, 2 days straight, no joke, just staying up playing it all day. Bacon. Like it was my first introduction to the Western RPG. Chance,
If you described the opening to Skyrim, the only difference between what you said would just be adding a dragon to it.
yeah, it is true.
It's like, wait a second, but yeah.
So Bacon, on the datedness, it is a little dated. I remember leveling up, you actually had to use the skills a lot to level up, but you could also just use it a bunch and keep leveling up, but never level up. So my brother would just constantly do that, and then I think the enemies stayed at your level. So as long as you stayed at level 1, you'd start to get better and then just dominate the enemies. And so he would just never level up, which was very bizarre. But it does need improvements. Do I think it's better than Skyrim right now? No. Skyrim took it to a whole nother level because the magic in that game was better, the combat was better. But do I still think they can improve more now with what I played in Avowed? Yes. I feel like Avowed has taken it even further with their combat. So I'm interested to see what kind of adjustments they make to the combat. Anybody else want to comment on it?
It's nice to see a game like this that actually deserves a refresh as opposed to what we talked about
2006, right?
No,
I think
we're not re-releasing Last of Us again. So I'm happy, and I might not like it, but again, my barrier of entry is very low because it's $20 a month.
Yep.
And it is coming at a terrible time. I'm still in Spider-Man and got Doom, and this is a terrible time to drop this game. But it's not like it's going anywhere. It'll be in Game Pass as long as I'm a Game Pass subscriber. So
I think what I'm most excited to see is just that sounds weird. I'm most excited just to see it. Just to see what it looks like, see how it runs, see how it plays, see how it handles, to see if they can add all those quality of life and updates and graphics updates. That past that, like it'll be a banger, I think, So
yeah, especially because I'm surprised. I mean, 2 out of 4 here haven't played it, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't play it. And Skyrim was their first game, so I'm interested to see how they feel about going from Skyrim to an updated Oblivion. Go get Jose.
A question, and this is great for chat, especially if they never played it or people listening, because I didn't play it. What, compared to modern games, what is it lacking? Like other than graphics, obviously.
The combat was like literally,
like if it was a
that's
Avowed
your
style, would that
sword.
feel real good or no?
Oh yeah. If they put Avowed combat into this,
I don't even think there's no kind of so Skyrim doesn't have this either. Even the slide in Avowed, like that was a big game changer. There's nothing like that. You literally just could hold your shield and block, and like magic was like, it's like less than the Skyrim magic. Like it's basic, but as far as actual like dialogue and quests, very similar, I would say, to Skyrim at points.
This is Obsidian, wasn't it?
No,
this is New Vegas.
No, this is Bethesda. This is Bethesda.
Yeah.
Bethesda Studios. But I wanted to get a comment in here from, I think it was, who said about, happy birthday, Todd. Everyone shout out to Todd Oxter. Todd Oxter turned 56,
59.
you guys. 59? I think you're right. Yeah, 59 years old. That's crazy. Shout out to Todd.
About to retire.
Oh
yeah. So Gentle Stone said, why not Morrowind first, though? And that's a great point. And my brother, he's the biggest Morrowind fan. He loves it. That was on the OG Xbox. I remember Alan Pack, shout out to Pack Attack, one of our best friends, showed me this game on the OG Xbox. He's like, look at that water. This is insane. And it was ahead of its time. And it's actually what's
probably
fun
still
about,
to this day better than Destiny's water.
well, yes. And you still to this day, a lot of the music, I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah.
Started in Morrowind, that they reused
a lot
in
like
Oblivion
Final
and
Fantasy
Skyrim.
VII.
Yeah, so
Final Fantasy VII, Final
Fantasy, yeah. But Nissa Hauerhead brings up a great point. I think it's because they really need to build Morrowind from the ground up and really redo it for modern players. Yeah, I agree. I think Morrowind would have to be a complete redo, whereas this, they can go in and just remaster and add some things, and it's not as big of a project. So great point there, Nissa. And then Silken said, sadly, I don't trust Bethesda to make a good UI, UX. Todd, what are you
Silken?
God, you
like
guys
Todd.
oh my, yeah. Somebody put, I hate to say it, somebody put Silk in it on a 2-minute timeout for that attitude already. What's going on, Silk in it? It's not that bad, you guys. If we can play Elden Ring with that UI, I believe we can play anything. Let's be real here, you guys. Any closing thoughts on the Oblivion remake here, boys?
Do we really think it'll be the 21st?
Yeah.
I mean, is that 100%?
It sucks because
all the leakers had it before any of this came out that it was in this time frame. So
what sucks is, like, I wish it would have been a secret. Like, now the secret's out. Now we're just expecting it. It's not going to be as impactful. But I agree. I'm with Chance. I wish this could come out in the summer. Like, there's just too many games. Like, this is insane. But I mean, shout out to Xbox. If you've got Game Pass, if you can't find something you like to play, then something's wrong with you, because there's just banger after banger. So yeah, let's move on to news story number 2, guys. And I don't have this on here, but I figured we can incorporate big box 1431. Chance, Jose.
I'm 40.
Oh, Big Box wrote in for news story number 2. Nerd chat. Marathon may look mid, but can we all agree that that's the way big games need to showcase themselves before release? No more 3-minute trailers next to 3-minute trailers of Yakuza Moscow Edition. No offense, Yakuza fans. Big dick swinging games need their own space, right? Also, why is Dan always yelling LOL? Love Big Box.
Love that big box.
Love Big Box. I almost wanted to start having Big Box have his own segment and just titling it Big Box from now on. We might have to in the future. But I did want to incorporate his question. We didn't get to talk about.
Oh, Dan's on a mute. 1 second.
Yeah.
I don't want to, or we didn't talk about Marathon's reveal last week because it happened it happened on Saturday afterwards. So Jose, give me your initial impressions to Marathon, because the more I watch it, the more I look at, the more previews I've watched, I'm right there with Big Box. I think I'm concerned. I think it's a mid as well, and I'm concerned. I'll share my concern in a second. Jose, tell me what your thoughts were.
So I'll be very honest with you. Here's honestly my only gripe, and it's a me gripe. It's not a Marathon issue. Is that I don't play a lot of extraction games. Like I play a lot of multiplayer games with my friends. A lot of them present here on the screen, and of course people in chat and stuff. It's just I do just worry about the market basically being full. But here's what I'll say. I think the screenshots look cool. I think the premise sounds cool. I think that they're trying to actively combat a lot of the gripes I have with the multiplayer space regarding people that are too powerful, too strong, OP'd and that kind of stuff, the min-maxing, that kind of thing. So I appreciate that. Like, I know that one of the big gripes a lot of people had was that it's going to be probably a $40 game as opposed to free to play, and people argue like that's what it's going to fail, like Concord did. And like, I'm not even making the Concord comparison because I didn't play Concord. Again, I've said that many times. I said it in our chat, between podcast friends and ours. I actually liked that it's $40. And here's my logic, just so we're very clear. This is a pastime for me. This is what I do to relax. This is what I do to spend time with my friends. And I don't go to clubs with them. I don't, do a lot of other things. Like this is what we do. And so to pay $40 to hang out with my friends for like way more than what $40 worth of time is, right? Like you go to the movies and it's $40 for 2 hours of enjoyment. Like definitely we'll get more than 2 hours into enjoyment in this. And to not have to worry about Smurf accounts, to not have to worry about people just like showing up in a game and dying immediately and spawn killing and stuff. I think that's worth a shot. I do think Bungie also they have a good pedigree. Like I know Bacon's just ready to talk about like the pony side of Bungie, which is fair. But Bungie, I have a lot of love for Bungie for what they did with Halo. I think Destiny was really awesome when it started. It got a little crazy for me, even though we came back around and finished it this year. The whole Destiny 2 collection. So I'm ready to give it a shot, I guess is what I'm saying. And all transparency, I signed up to try to be part of the alpha tests. Like I'd love to play. Yeah. I'd love to play the game and see what that's like. It could be really fun. Like I always try to remind myself that all the games that I play now, there was a time when I didn't play them and I might have thought that they were dumb. And until you give it a chance, you just never really know. And so I know they put a lot of time into this. I guess my only real fear, in the long run, is that if it doesn't go well, that is not a good sign for Bungie or for PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Because of just the time and money. But it is the true Destiny team working on it. I do have faith in them for what they did. I mean, Destiny was literally a decade-long game. There's just not a lot of those in gaming anymore. So hopefully it's cool, man. If it's not your jam, that's totally fine. Like, I understand. But I also don't think that just because it's an extraction shooter or it's not your game that we have to like crap on it. So those are my thoughts.
Chance, tell me something you liked about it, and then I've got some negatives to throw at you guys.
Yeah, I think what I liked is that nothing. Sorry. I didn't see a whole lot that I liked. I'm very turned, and that's okay, by the way. I'm not like upset about it. And I will be sleeping, right? Probably. There's something about the color scheme. The palette that they use is so bright and so
it
like
seems
neon.
washed out to me. That's what I noticed. Someone said that perfectly. It does look washed out. Like the colors were cool, but it looks washed out. But Destiny looked washed out too, I guess. So I guess
Destiny
I should expect that.
Beautiful in a lot of places. And I just, the fact that it doesn't, Todd had written on there too, the fact that it doesn't have a campaign and a PvE mode, tells me it's probably not for me, which is okay.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not talking crap. I mean, I guess I did kind of talk crap, but like it's just not for me, and that's okay. If it turned out to be fantastic and you guys all love it, I'll try it. But past that, there's just too much. Even if it comes out in 2026, there's probably still too much.
So I like what Freight Conductor said. Freight Conductor said, listen to the Last Word podcast. They did a great deep dive on it. Freight Conductor, I'm pretty sure Iron Lords also talked about that and talked about it today, or I was listening to them today. And Cognito brought up a lot of concerns that I also have. Pros, I'm sure the gunplay is great. I like the art style. It's a new idea, a new IP from Bungie. I expect Bungie to make a good game. I'm not concerned about that. Here's what I'm concerned about. Good night, Grayson. The extraction shooter is already a niche gameplay. My biggest concern is what's my incentive to play this game? If the loot you get just prepares you for the next run, and then all the permanent upgrades you get gets reset every season, and they haven't announced cosmetic loot yet, why am I playing this? I play Warzone because I want to be the final team standing at the end. There's only one winner. Same with Apex, same with Fortnite, same with all the battle royales. I play multiplayer games because I want to be on the winning team. Yes, winning is nice. But beyond that, I am so confused at what is going to keep me coming back to this game. If there's no cosmetic loot, which I'm sure they're going to announce in a battle pass in addition to the $40 cost of the game, I'm very, very concerned at what the incentive is for this game, because I can give you a present day example that does exactly this gameplay. Jose, can you guess what we have played recently that does this exact same thing? We just played it before Call of Duty.
Wildlands.
Nope. Battlefield. Hazard Zone is literally the same thing, Jose. You get dropped in. Everyone is going for things. If you extract, the only reward is you get better points, you get better experience for your next run. Not too many people are still playing Hazard Zone, you guys.
We were.
In fact, very few people are playing Hazard Zone. It's the exact same. A squad of 4, you drop in, and you try to get these data drives out, and that's it. I'm concerned that this game better have an amazing battle pass to incentivize you getting some cool, because that's the only thing that I can see saving it are your multiplayer character skins. Because otherwise, I don't care. I don't know. Bacon, tell me what you think. I'm concerned about it. I'm sure it's going to be good. I think it should be free to play and give us some cool battle passes with character skins or something, because $40, people are going to fight back against that $40 to a game that they don't even know if they like on extraction shooters.
I'm kind of torn on it. From what I saw, the movement looked really, really slow. That's why we do alphas and betas, to try to fine tune. I don't know how much of that can be changed. When they were traversing and running and moving, everything seemed slow to me. And I don't know if that's just me, but other people have said the same thing. It's tough because we do all hold Bungie in a special place in all our hearts.
And Bacon, let me add really quick. And what does Bungie do best though with Destiny and Halo?
Oh, they're shooting. Their shooting mechanics are the best.
And
their traversal
level design and
not
bosses,
their storytelling.
Right?
Sounds like none
of that. Sounds like none of that is in this game, is what I'm saying.
So do I have faith that Bungie's going to create a competent shooter? I do. Do I have faith that this is going to beat out your Fortnites? This is going to beat out your probably Apex, because Apex is fairly dead. But is it going to pull players away from Call of Duty? And that's the thing with Call of Duty. We play 30 games a night to get one win, and that one win is when it's so good. Well, maybe not 30 games.
30,
you know
like 3, you mean?
That the one win is so damn good that we're like loaded up again. I don't know if I just said Concord. I don't know if Marathon is going to draw us back in like that. I'm not a fan of the art style. There's not a lot of it I am a fan of, but I am a fan of Bungie's mechanics and Bungie's ability to make a good or competent shooter. So I'm not gonna do any betas on this one because the last one I did was Concord, and I hated it so bad that it soured me on the game.
Well, I think we need to for that. Like, if any game I do want to do a beta, it's this.
Yeah.
Bacon. And I got to get these quotes in here. Freight Conductor said the season wipes with meta shifts that keep the game fresh. Think Diablo seasons. Yeah, Freight Conductor. Guess who else? All of us. Do any of us still play Diablo? No. I don't like that. I don't like that they wiped the loot. I don't like that they reset the characters. I don't think it's a good decision. Frank Conductor also said, Travis and Scaro said that they didn't think it would go wild on skins as it is important for people to know what class you're. Exactly. So to me, again, I disagree with that. Like, if I can at least customize my character in a cool way, I'm sorry, extracting just to get bonuses for runs, I just don't think that's going to be enough for a Conductor. I've played Battlefield Extraction or Hazard Zone just recently. It's fun for a couple rounds. Then me and Jose hates it. Jose's like, can we go play Conquest or Rush or anything but this after one or two runs? Like, what's the incentive? Just to win and extract? I don't think that's enough.
My complaint was that there were no people there, so it would take forever to load, and then we couldn't.
And it also had bots. Remember, it had bots too.
Yes, it had a lot of bots. I mean, and here's my counterpoint, just a tiny bit. And I'm not defending Marathon. I've not played Marathon. It may be a terrible game. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, is that I do agree with what Todd said earlier in our chat, and I'll try to pull up the quote. I'm sorry, I didn't do that, Todd. I think I'm getting frustrated with this rhetoric in the gaming space, and again, we know it's a niche space anyway, of people that decide games before they ever play them. Like, I think that's a bad precedent.
I agree.
To start setting
I'm not
for
trying
games.
to write this off. I'm just voicing my concern.
I think all of you actually been pretty fair. I don't think we've just been like off the rails fanboyism or anything here. That's my opinion, but I do think that it's the people that played it. Like, a lot of people in chat are talking about, like Travis from IGN and Dr. Lupo and stuff that we saw in videos. They really liked it. Now, to be fair, they got invited to a special event. I'm sure there's a lot of energy about that event. Like, if I went to any event, I'd love it. Doesn't matter what the game is, right?
Yeah.
So, like, there's a component that we're going to have to work through eventually. But I do think that Marathon is being pretty transparent about a lot of their stuff. They're wanting a lot of alpha and beta game testing. Like, I do think there is some chance for this to change. I agree with Dan. Like, the Hazard Zone is my least favorite mode in Battlefield. I would rather just play full-scale warfare, even though I just get freaking spawn sniped all the time. It's still, that's more fun for me. And that, I think, is worrying. Like, having only kind of one game mode, that's a huge risk, dude. Like, I think in today's space, because even Warzone, we love Warzone, but after sometimes we have a couple bad games, we're like, let's go get a couple rounds of multiplayer.
Yeah, or let's go play something else. I agree.
Like, it's just, you need a little bit of something to freshen that up. And who knows though? I mean, maybe what this will become is like a competitive shooter for streaming. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this will be where some of the heavy hitters really get into like an extraction shooter for competition. And that's just not us. Like, we're not competitors. Maybe Dan is a little bit, but definitely not me and Bacon. Maybe Deja. We'll see. But we'll see, man. Give it time. We still have a lot of time before Marathon comes out. I'm excited to see what will come this summer. I'm sure we're going to see it a lot at Summer's Games Fest for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I want to get my hands on this. I don't know, guys.
Would you feel better if it was free, Dan? Like, would you be more high?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's a mistake for them to charge $40 for this. I really do.
Call of Duty was quote unquote free for me this year, and I bought in two battle passes on two.
Yeah, but that's not the same because you're getting it with Game Pass. But Warzone is free.
Well, I get that, but I'm just saying how much more I've spent on Call of Duty, the Turtle skins, the Terminator skin, and then two dark, what is it, the big battle passes, the $30 one. So I've more than given Microsoft back their money just because I don't feel like I paid for the game. And I've spent a ton buying skins. I'm over $100.
But you're paying for Game Pass. Dinero Primero says, theoretically, if Marathon doesn't do well, what does that mean for Bungie? It means Bungie's gone and Sony takes the talent and puts them in other studios and absorbs their talent. Deja Vu said, Jay and Silent Bob were your decision only, Bacon. LOL. Yeah. Bacon's probably spent $120 on skins here, guys. Let's move on to news story number 3. Let's go over to the Doom collection, boys. The Doom Collector's Edition skins. We have a brand new, is it just a controller, right? It's just a base controller, then the Elite controller, and the Doom Slayer or Doom limited edition Xbox skin. So a lot of people were saying how amazing these were.
I love them.
I have
Okay,
yet-
just take it away because I think
I love
I
'em.
think it's I think they I think Xbox deserves credit for their designs. They do a much better job compared to PlayStation ones. They actually incorporate things from the games and like cool design elements. I just
Yeah.
think these combination of colors are kind of ugly. But Chance, tell me why you like these.
Well, they
The red one, the red
scream-
Elite's cool, but we need an Elite 3. Let's be real.
So the red one, if you're not super into Doom, you would never know that's Doom. Personally, I think that's kind of cool. That's what I had going on with my wall over here, that you would have to know these games to know what most of them are. I still think it's absolute insanity that the basic controller that's $80 has a share button. And the Elite doesn't. That makes absolutely no sense to me. That's not a critique of this set of skins though, because that's the controllers themselves. The $80 one though, like I think well, maybe not a casual fan, but like a casual first person shooter or anybody with some Doom experience could look at that and be like, oh my God, is that like it's his armor, and oh it is, and all the blood. And I love the offset, the
different colored sticks. I like that. I did notice that just now. And then the orange left bumper versus like the gray. It is cool. You're right. Okay, this one's growing on me. I still don't know if all of it works.
And I love
personally.
that the ABXY doesn't say ABXY. I don't know enough about Doom to know if that's like
must be the letters
alphabet that that's what it says.
So Chance, tell me what's the symbol?
Just for the Doom guy, like that's like his symbol, which it's staring me in the face. I'm like, oh my God, how is that not one of the ones on my wall? I literally just sent it to Tony. He's like, I'll have it to you by Sunday.
Nice.
So that one will be there. I probably initially skipped it because it does have I think it's 8 different pieces, but that's okay. I'll do that. No big deal.
The Elite one is sick though. It is.
That one is so
That's
cool.
what the symbol means.
I like that dark red for the buttons and the thumbsticks. The red in general just looks good with the black. And then with this, you get a cool executioner skin for your Doom guy. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's rad.
Jose, are you a big Doom guy? I don't even know if you're a big Doom guy.
I was the only one that beat Sigil, or I mean Legacy of Rust.
Oh,
when Luke did that. And speaking of which, he just a quick shout out to Lucas, he's in chat too. John Romero and who was the other one? Seamus Blackley, right? I think just retweeted his. They announced Sigil 2, which was like Romero's like next expansion of the original Doom. So that was awesome. I think these are cool. Like I actually really like the green one over the red one. I like the little details. I like when things are asymmetrical and they tell a story, like the bumper and stuff. But I never buy limited edition controllers. Like literally the only one that I have is the one I gave you guys, but I made it. It was the Deadpool one. Just because I don't use them. I use my Elite one. You know what I mean? And so like I collect other stuff behind me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have like masks and stuff. But I think it's cool. I have said from the very beginning, I like when companies, whether that's Nintendo or Sony or Xbox, make these things. I think they would sell more if that was that option, because it takes me back to that time when we were young, like the Nintendo 64 era, where you bought controller based on like you could pick 8 colors at launch for the controller. You know, like when they made the consoles, even the 64, you could get the green one, you could get the clear orange one, the clear purple one. Like I think people like that kind of stuff. I understand that changes costs, and when costs are a huge problem, that's why people don't do it. But I think it's cool, man. I'm really glad that they're leaning into Doom. Doom is one of their biggest properties. Like it truly is. It's a historical property. It's huge. So I'm glad to see that they're monetizing it a little bit, even though I will not be picking these up.
We've got the duality of man right here. Dinero Primero. I had to grab the base controller. I'm broke, but I remember I had credit card rewards. And then Todd Oxter right after. The green one looks like someone puked on it. All right.
That's blood, or you could be puking blood, I guess.
Todd Oxter bringing in some number 2 intern. I forgot he was demoted after as he made me rage last week. Looking to see, but Escape from Tarkov is probably the top extraction game, and it's $35. Helldivers 2 is also an extraction shooter, and that's $40. So the genre doesn't seem to do free to play.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just to me. You're right. I forgot about Helldivers. Like, why wouldn't people just go play it? Because there's the PvP aspect of it. I don't know. Bacon, do you have anything to say about these? Are you going to get that Xbox Doom skin for your Xbox back there, or do you still have that Starfield one, or did you get rid of that?
No, I don't even own an Xbox.
I know.
I currently have the Elite sitting in my cart, and I'm staring at it right now, getting ready to push checkout. But I don't play with the Elite controller, so I'm really. I can't figure out how to redeem my rewards points from the app here because I got 30,000 of them hanging out there, and I
You
kind
got
of
to convert that. You can convert that to like a $25 gift card.
Yeah, it's.
Well, Bacon's going to try to.
I need to show better judgment and not buy this controller, but that Elite is one of the sickest things I've ever seen.
They need the
I think
3.
it's better
We
than
need
the
a
Master
3.
Chief one. I'm sorry, but
Oh
ouch.
no!
Yes, it
No,
is.
that's
Ouch.
not Bacon, sorry.
Hey,
That's
beauty
insane.
is in the eye of the beholder. I don't really care for the regular controller, but this Elite one is freaking sick. So,
Dude,
about the
Bacon. Apparently, freight conductors like you. If I could get more than a
you
year
playing
out of
with
that
that,
Elite
Jose?
controller,
right, you're right, Freight Conductor. I've been through 3 Elite Series 2s.
I've had mine
But
for
my
years.
original
You guys are
Elite-
crazy.
I still have my original Elite, and I had to do a little bit of work on one of the on thumbsticks. But I've been through so many Elite Series 2s that I've told myself I'm not buying them again. And
I
here I
still
am
think-
looking at one to buy
I-
it to just put on the shelf back here.
I still think the Elite 2 has the best grips and has the best the thumbsticks with the tension thumbsticks. No other controller offers that. That is a big deal. But like Todd is saying here, the Xbox Design Store went offline. Does that mean the Elite 3? We need an Elite 3.
I think I'll hold out. You're right. You're
We
right. Hold out
need
for
an
the
Elite 3. We need the good grips.
Maybe
We
I can get
need
that in the
mouse
design.
click everything, tension thumbsticks. And also shout out to the Trophy Room and PlayStation podcast. Hi, Joe.
You
Please
missed
don't
all
troll
our
us.
talk about Marathon.
A freight conductor, I have a boneyard of 2 Elite 2s that I swap parts with and switch out to the one that's least broken at the time. Dinero, I'm right there with you. I still have a white Elite V2 that's I use daily as well, in addition to my scuffs. Like I'm just switching between.
Like the battery life on the Elite is so good. There's so much
Yes, the battery life. You're right about that.
So good.
There's
But the bumpers and the D-pad
the
are
bumpers suck. I agree. The bumpers
And
are
no
not as
share
good as the
button.
new ones.
And
Yeah,
no holodeck.
that sucks too.
It's weird that the base or the version that is
Yeah.
less than or more than half the cost.
Yeah.
Good God, math is hard. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
More than
Anyway,
half.
it's more. Yeah, I know what you mean. For the next story, do we have to talk about Mario Kart or Baldur's Gate? I kind of want to just.
Well,
I
M.
think
Ken would
Mark's
love us to talk
big
about
thing
Baldur's
here.
Gate.
Yeah, I want to talk about Baldur's Gate.
All
I
right,
put it
we're
on
only
there.
doing that.
And
I don't want to talk about Mario. I could give.
So
Jose. I could give a about Mario Kart.
The reason that I wanted to talk about Baldur's Gate, and Jose kind of said it when he was talking about Destiny 2, is just how impressive this game just keeps giving. And I know Bacon's the only one on here that's played it. And I'm the last one to be able to say, hey guys, let's all 4 play together, because you know it won't happen.
Maybe on Steam someday, Chance. That's the only way. We haven't even gotten together for that other chain together. You guys still haven't
know.
even done that.
I
so-
know.
No, I have that.
I've played it some. It's really fun.
This game just keeps on giving. I haven't booted it back up since I finished it. This is kind of making me want to, because I'd love to see just how much better it is, and the fact that they just keep getting more subclasses. Once you get over the initial shock of like how overwhelming all the subclasses can be, I think every single person can find something that they're looking for in this game. So I do have that itch to have to let's all 4 play.
Todd
Jesus,
Oxford,
yeah, what else?
you said you want to play it with all of us, but hold on. Todd Oxford said, I wish I could give someone my Baldur's Gate 3 copy. I never. I'm right there with you, Todd. I have it on Xbox. Haven't even booted it up. I bought it. Haven't. I wish I could give. I wish it was like Nintendo, my game on cart, where I can share as long as we're in the same network and I can give it to you. And also the trophy room. Joe said Baldur's Gate 3 is literally the greatest RPG ever. Joe, should I? Joe, should I play it with this
No, you
DualSense
should
right here?
keyboard and mouse.
He's
You
gonna
like this
throw that
controller? Oh wait, this controller sucks, Joe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Baldur's Gate is an incredible game.
I do. I feel like I'm gonna have to go back because I got to get the perfect
Chance,
game.
if you play it with me on Steam and promise you'll play it with me, I would consider.
I can.
possibly
It'll take
buying
us
it.
3 years because I mean, that's like 100-hour game.
I'm already 55 hours into Final Fantasy 16. What's going to stop me now?
How many hours have
I
you
don't
played of
care.
that though?
Probably 8. I'm going to say 8 is actual
Stop.
combat. I'm not exaggerating, Chance. You know it's true. You know
I
it's
would
true.
consider it. I would strongly consider it if we set something up where it was like, I mean,
We got to
maybe
get
it would
30
just
minutes
be,
a day.
yeah, like after the podcast or something.
Motionless Taco said it right. 50 hours in Act 1.
Yeah,
Good God.
No, Dan, but it's a good 50 hours.
yeah.
Wait, didn't you never finish it though?
I never finished it because Act 3 fizzled on me. Act 3 slowed down big time.
Someone
That's what
said that in
Frankenducker
here.
said
Yeah,
too.
Frankenducker said
Frankenducker
it's
said that.
awful. All in, hit Act 3 and completely. God, okay, well,
Yeah,
And I
really
didn't love
sucks.
it. I didn't love it as much as Joe. I think it got
Shout
like
out to Emotionless Taco.
B on my gamer grade, which is still good. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of gripes with it, but that's why I'm saying they just keep going back. Like they already won Game of the Year, and they keep going back and adding things to it, which I think is so impressive because they don't need to. This game already went down as a Game of the Year.
Yeah.
It does. It stands on its own. And Lolboo,
Chance.
what is Lolboo?
Lollyboo?
LOLBU.
Todd
LOL.
Oxtra. Frankenducker said the hanky panky in the barn
that
was
part
great.
was hilarious. It was
Is it like the
absolutely
hanky panky on the beach in Final Fantasy 16?
Oh,
No,
the barn. I know
no.
exactly what he's talking
The
about.
barn is a one-of-a-kind scene.
Is that animal sex? Todd Oxtra, turn-based combat just isn't for me. Those battles just go on too long. And Nissa Hauer, I quit at the beginning because I bought it on PlayStation and the controller wheels suck.
Yes. But like I said, if you really get into it, you can do mouse and keyboard and controller. You can do some hybrid stuff that's really cool.
I started on console and
nerds over
controller,
here,
and then
guys.
I realized how good the game was and bought it on Steam for mouse and keyboard.
Ooh, and as a
Emotion-
former 5th edition nerd, it hits all the right notes. Yeah, like I had said so long ago.
What is that? What is
Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition?
Nerd alert?
Yeah.
Jose?
I don't think I had that one.
Dang it.
Everybody needs to play Baldur's Gate. I agree with him, Ken, but he needs to shut up about it already.
Okay, guys, wait. I've got a better idea. We're moving on to news story
Well,
number
no,
5.
let Chance finish his thought. He was saying something.
he was saying something
Go,
stoic.
Chance.
I don't
Profound.
remember now. Because then I looked over and I was like,
Yeah, he
Three-handed
stopped.
gaming, what's Todd talking about? What I'm talking about is because there's such a distinct difference between exploration and combat. I would explore with this. I got my controller and I'm running around exploring. And then when you switch to combat,
He's like on the Switch.
I'm on the
He's
mouse and
Switch.
keyboard.
Yeah, he's
It
got
is
one mouse, one
damn
controller.
near seamless. Like I'm not even kidding. It's so easy. It's not hard at all. Where like with how I have my setup. So, and it automatically picks up what I'm doing. So as soon as I start clacking away on the keyboard over here, it knows I'm on the keyboard and it switches away from that god awful weapon wheel. So,
Here's a pro strat for Nissa. Nissa said, I'm not technical, so I have no clue how to set up my mouse and keyboard. Here's what you do, Nissa. You take your PlayStation, throw it in the trash. Don't worry about it. Put it on, buy the game on Xbox. You just put in the USB, wireless or wired, whatever you want for your mouse and your keyboard. Boom, you're done. Ready to roll. That's what you do, Nissa. Let's move on to news story number 5. Final news story for the night. And Chance, I said, let's play co-op together on Baldur's Gate. I changed my mind. Coming to Game Pass for mid-April 2025. Chance, let's just get back on Grand Theft Auto 5 Enhanced Edition. Let's play some heists. Let's already get back in. Let's go. We're going to have faster, quicker loading available today, you guys. Grand Theft Auto 5 PC Legacy Edition. And I saw you got to get the Enhanced Edition. You got achievement list for days. You can do
I thought it was
Chance.
terrible though. Didn't it get absolutely horrific when it first came out? You're thinking
of
when
San Andreas.
No, you're thinking of the old ones.
I know. No, when this came out, when we talked about it, when it first hit Steam a month or two ago, it did not launch well. It was absolutely atrocious.
Really?
People said it was terrible.
We'll come back to Grand Theft
I played
Auto.
it last night.
Yeah. Also coming to Game Pass Standard,
We're gonna play
Neon White, SpongeBob SquarePants SquarePants, the Patrick Star game is coming to. This is for all levels of Game Pass. Crime Scene Cleaner. I'm pretty sure Chance. Did you buy that on?
You betcha, and I loved every second of it.
Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Tempapo Ultimate and PC Day 1 on Game Pass. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 Cloud PC Series Console April 24th. Game Pass Ultimate PC Game Pass Day 1 Towerborn April 29th. Cloud PC Series Consoles Game Pass Ultimate PC Game Pass also coming at the end of the month. Far Cry 4, amazing game. One of my favorite Far Cries is coming to Game Pass all levels April 30th. Anno 1800 on May 1st, all levels of Game Pass. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Cloud Console PC on May 1st to Ultimate and PC Game Pass. We already had that, so not a big deal for us, but for others who maybe didn't enjoy the campaign or get the chance to play the campaign or multiplayer, there you go. Dredge May 6th.
Awesome. Worth
Cloud,
Such a dope
PC,
game.
console, Ultimate, PC, and Game Pass standard. Leaving Game Pass at the end of the month. EA Sports NHL 23, Have a Nice Death, Kona 2 Broom, Sniper Elite 5, thank God, get rid of those. The Last Case of Benedict Fox, I believe Jose was the only one who played that,
cool.
right?
I liked it.
Thirsty Suitors and The Rewinder are all leaving. On a serious note, boys, X-Bacon Gaming, Deja Vu told me you jumped into Grand Theft Auto and your stuff wasn't there. It didn't connect to your Rockstar account. I think you have to do it on your Xbox. And
you have to download the Rockstar launcher, which sucks because they force you to use Battle Eye, but we're gonna have to use it on 6. So I was sat here contemplating if I wanted to download it because of that kernel level anti-cheat. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna play 6, I'm gonna have to have this. So I went ahead and bit the bullet. But my save from Rockstar didn't come over. It's there on Epic. I don't want to play it on Epic. I'd rather play it on Xbox.
Okay, go to your Epic and you need to enable it. You need to make sure it's on there because I do remember. I think that was a toggle I had to check off when I went to my enhanced edition, the Series X version from the Xbox One version, whenever that was. I'm pretty sure you have to enable it for it to upload everything to the Rockstar Cloud, but. We have to use the Rockstar launcher, Bacon, but we still get new achievements. Correct?
Yeah, we get achievements, Xbox achievements, and I actually went in after I launched the game and then disabled Battle Eye, and it works. You only have to have Battle Eye on technically when you're playing online. So if you want to just play the story, but the bad thing is the kernel anti-cheat's still on my system. So, but I did some snooping on it before I downloaded it just to make sure it wasn't Chinese based crap, and so seems fairly safe, and the game looks good.
So because you guys were making me think I was crazy. It is currently sitting at mixed for Steam reviews, and I did find here on 1 month ago, Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 5 Enhanced, now the worst user reviewed GTA game on Steam. It was just a month ago.
Don't remember that.
Will I still try? You bet your bingo I will. But
I do want to get De Niro's question on here. Oh, snap. Does GTA Online have crossplay? Does anyone know the answer to this? I need to know.
I don't know.
Someone later said it, or Gentlestone said it's getting the Series 5 version. So I think so.
Series S.
Or Series S version, I'm sorry.
China.
I don't know.
I don't know because I would love to play GTA Online with trying to get Matthew back on.
I never played online.
I just want to do the Top Gun heist again.
Oh, dude, they're so Bacon. Some of the best memories we've had was playing the heist together, in the missions. Oh my gosh, we played Hunt the Beast. Did you ever play Hunt the Beast, Bacon? Where one guy's the beast and you got to hunt him. It's like the werewolf from the Marty McFly movie. What was it? Teen Werewolf, right?
Yeah.
The Marty McFly movie?
I mean, the Michael J. Fox Teen Wolf movie.
Ray tracing. It's all got all kinds of.
Oh, I'm sure. I am more about the quicker loading because the loading times were atrocious on the Xbox One.
After I shot all the cops, it loaded.
I'm talking about loading into the multiplayer though, and the freaking heist. So if someone can find out if we can do full crossplay with my Xbox One brethren, I'd really appreciate that. Or even if it's the enhanced version on series consoles, because then I could just gift that to Pony and then we could play Teen Wolf to the Future. Nice. De Niro Primero, my wife was better at GTA than me. LOL.
Sweet.
Good stuff.
Seriously though, because we skipped, I mean, you mentioned it, but if you like Power Wash Simulator at all, or like House Flipper and stuff, that crime scene cleaner was really, really well done.
I also forgot what's another one that might be on this list next week.
Oh, Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Dude.
My
Oh,
God,
snap, you're right.
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy crap. Too
How
many
is
games.
Everybody not subscribed to Game Pass right now.
I don't get it. My buddy
Because-
Absolutely.
Because
absurd.
55% of players are playing games 6 years or older, free to play games.
Especially
Big
with
That's why.
PlayStation just raising their prices on half their territories.
Yeah,
For
but
nothing
it's
new.
He had to get it in, guys. Remember, I didn't say anything about PlayStation this whole
Sorry,
time.
Joe.
There it
Joe
is.
said he's
Jose,
canceling.
Jose, do you see anything on here, or are there just too many other
Oh,
games you want
lots
to
of
play?
things. I mean, like we'll talk about what I'm playing in a little bit, but I absolutely want to jump into Expedition 33. Sorry for Silken Eclipse.
I'm glad you guys are going to play that.
I haven't
gonna
played
play
a
it
good
too.
For
RPG
me.
in a while, and so
Yep,
I'm excited to jump in. I thought
Towerborn
about
looks
Logan's
good.
review made me like it sold it
Attaboy,
finally
Nissa.
for me. But other than that, too, I kind of want to still play Towerborn. Like I would be down to jump in for a couple of nights with a couple of people if they want to jump in there. But I also want to give a huge shout out to Dredge, and I
knew
think
you
it
were
was
going there.
Gentle Stone said he's going to play it for the first time, or they're going to play it for the
Hell
first
I
time.
yes.
haven't played that either.
Dredge was awesome, dude. And like it's a simple game. Like it's not a crazy big game. It's an indie game, but man, I had a great time. And my daughter played it when she was like 5 and loved it.
Yep.
And a quick side note, I saw this preview this week for a new game called Dread More, is what it's called. Clearly a knockoff of Dredge, but it's basically take the Dredge game and also add a first-person shooter element on some of the islands and stuff.
Oh,
it looks
dang.
really cool. It's coming to PC, so check that out if you're interested. Dread More, but if you've never played Dredge when it comes to Game Pass, it's absolutely a great game. It'd be great on a portable. It'd be great on a Series S or X. It's great on PC. Like, check out Dredge. It was a great game.
Todd, or I mean, Dan, don't yell at Todd for that comment. Just let
If
it go.
Xbox raised console
Let it go.
prices, would anyone
Tariffs?
know? Yeah, because everyone would trash on dog on Xbox for raising their prices. 'Cause
Oh, yeah, it'd be in debate.
yeah, it would be like, oh, look at Xbox, they suck, they're raising. Yeah, I mean, yes, it would be noticed, Todd.
I handled
People
that one
would
well.
complain about it.
Very-
Guys, let's jump, Jose, into Nerd Chat shout out. Shout out, best of TikTok. Actually, no, shout out to Luke Lore over at Xbox Expansion Pass. Fantastic analogy using luxury cars. Genuinely great comparison. However, I'd argue that the Nintendo is more like Tesla. Some of their projects are incredible. Some of it is the Cybertruck. Almost all of their drivers are delusional, and leadership has so much wealth. They've lost touch. Good part. And then Luke followed that up by, Dan, why are you always yelling? Okay, thanks. Thanks, Luke. And then shout out to the best of TikTok on our food truck clip. Which one was this, Jose?
This is where we said Nintendo's the food truck,
Oh,
Xbox
okay,
is
okay.
the buffet.
Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
and Eric jumped in that it's the remastered steaks, right?
At Ryan said, Sony's a bit more of a chain steakhouse these days, LOL. They went from nonstop bangers to Concord and The Last of Us remastered for the 500th time. Based Ryan, shout out to him. And at Elite,
Elite 3 DIY.
okay, I was wondering if that was part of the comment. PC is the 5-star restaurant. And at Blicky Bob Thornton, there was a burger truck in Fairbanks, Alaska that blew my mind.
Dude, TikTok's a
good to
weird
know.
place, man. It's crazy.
All right, shout out to Belly Bob Thornton. Thanks for pointing that out to us, guys. Let's move on to Permaban for the week, and I see we've got one chance.
South Park.
South Park?
Yeah, I'm sick of it. I'm done.
That's our permaband drop.
All right, Permaban. I don't know if I agree with that. We'll talk about that later. Bubble Boy, go ahead. What do you want to permaban?
Did you
this
not
week?
hear that? Here, I'll start over.
You know what? South Park.
South Park?
Yeah, I'm sick of it. I'm done.
I heard it, Jess.
Okay.
Okay.
I am permabanning allergies. Today
Yep.
seemed to be the day where everybody had them. It seemed like the entire world was just sneezing and coughing and blowing their noses. And If you haven't seen me rubbing my eye like
Yeah, I
crazy,
remember my eye too.
this entire time, I think I've talked about this before. It's why my name is Bubble Boy. I'm allergic to everything, so I always have allergies, but they really kicked it up a notch this today. So permaban allergies.
All right, somebody tell me about the perm ban to Sherwin-Williams.
No, that's my GG. Big time.
Okay. So, Jose, what's your perma ban for the week?
So this was actually mine from last week, and we didn't talk about it because we had a very busy show last week. It was Windows updates. So no kidding.
That's
The
right.
night before our show, I think it's a very quick story. We were playing Warzone. We finished at like 11, like we typically do, Mountain Standard Time, which is a real time, Luke, just so you know. And literally, I was like, I saw Windows update, and I was like, okay, I'll just run it right now before I go to bed, and it'll be ready for tomorrow because we're going to record the next day. Literally, I wait like 10 minutes, and my screen just like freezes, like not in a way that you see in an update, but like truly frozen. And I was like, oh no, like I did something wrong. I stayed up till like midnight trying to fix it, couldn't fix it. I was like freaking out working with Bacon, like, oh my God, I'm going to have to I got to reboot my system. And like, this is the only PC in my household. I've said this many a time. Like we're a Mac family. We're Apple simps over here. Like, so this is the only one. And so like even making a Windows recovery drive, I was like freaking out. Long story short, shout out to the Ally. I was able to make the disk I needed on the Ally. It turns out I needed to update my BIOS, which was fine. And before everybody goes and craps on PCs, I'm not mad at my PC. I understand that this is a hobby. I actually felt very smart when I figured it out. But man, that was a very stressful 24 hours. So not a big fan of Windows updates. And again, because it forced me to do it at the second time, I couldn't just bypass it. So that is my permaban this week.
Bacon, perma ban for you this week?
I'm going to permaban trade wars. Shouldn't be a thing. Our farmers shouldn't be going out of business so someone can pad their ego.
All right.
What an idiot.
My perma ban for the week is milk and frosted mini weeks. Just gives me heinous gas, you guys. Just out of
So
control.
good, though.
I just
Hashtag worth it.
it's
Hashtag worth it.
I mean, it is, but like I just ate a bowl right now. Guys, it smells so bad down here. So permaban, milk, frosted mini wheats. That's my permaban for the week. Let's switch over to GG's. Bubble Boy, tell me about your Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah, so I had to pick up a can of paint because we have to repaint our front door. And I ordered it online and then went to the store to pick it up. And I was like, oh, I need a new brush. And I got a brush and a little pan thing to hold it in. And I'm wearing my Fallout shirt that I made. And the guy at the cash register was like, oh, is that a Fallout shirt? And I was like, yeah. He's like, God, that's the best. He's like, where'd you get that? I need to get one. I was like, I made it, man. He's like, no way. Tell you what, he's like, I got this extra $10 discount I can give you for that one, man. That's awesome. So shout out to Sherwin-Williams. I got an extra $10 off.
You dog.
Because the guy loved my Fallout shirt. So, and I just like, how cool is that, right? Like,
That is good.
I love that the flying the nerd flag doesn't do me wrong. So,
Shout out to Porsche Power, coming to you live from the Los Angeles Kings game in LA. Hope everyone is good and go play Indiana. Shout out to Porsche Power, Ainsley, Bobby Bowden over there. Apparently he's in LA. He was at the Google complex.
He's a big wig.
yeah.
Now he's at LA Kings games, playoffs apparently.
Box seats probably.
What is
Be in
going
space
on?
with Katy
Shout out
Perry
to
next.
Ains. Jose, GG's for the week.
Just a real quick shout out. Good to see you, Ains. I got a package coming your way today, bud. Let me know when you get it. I'll see if you like it. My GGs this week go out to two things. One is Warzone, because since our last episode, we got our first wins in Warzone, and like Bacon said, it is like sweet, sweet heroin. Just like we're getting crapped on game after game, and then you just get one win. And then not only that, we got a double win back to back.
Back to back.
It was absolutely incredible. Shout out to that game. And then also quick shout out to my buddy at work, Jeff Quick. He's part of our math department. He was the one I gave the stickers to last week. After we had our little exchange, I was like, I'm gonna get you a Morden sticker, and he literally like randomly just popped into my office, was like, thanks for the sticker, and then walked away. So shout out to Jeff, one of our listeners now, man. We appreciate it, man. Oh, and also just a quick shout out, 380 subs. We are getting ever closer to that 500.
I don't know if I
Again,
can do
that's
those
all thanks to you
sandwiches.
guys. Thank you so
Yep.
much.
Daniel, there's
JBC's.
we'll have a paramedic on standby. It'll be okay.
Better. I don't want another
We won't.
freaking hospital freaking ambulance ride. Bacon, what's your GG's? Oh, wait, did you say yours? No.
I haven't. My GG is Game Pass because it's so damn good. And
That's
such
a good
damn
GG.
value. I'm looking at Game Pass and then looking at my Steam library, and I might not get to play on Steam for quite some time because they're so damn much in Game Pass for $11 a month.
Yeah.
Everybody come to PC.
Speaking of Game Pass, are we gonna finish Dead Island 2 or?
I'd have to re-download it. Bruh. I had to wipe my computer, bruh. It wasn't against the game.
My GGs this week's go to my son, Grayson Walensik. He was killing it on his flag football. This kid, he's got a natural arm, you guys. I'm telling you, scanning the field, leading receivers, it's crazy. Okay, he might be the next Bo Nix. I'm not even capping. Right
Did
now.
he look like
naturally
Peyton Manning on Saturday Night Live, just knocking kids
hucking
over?
it? No, he looks like freaking Tom Brady, like perfect.
He looks like Eli Manning on
throw
Saturday.
there. So, shout out to Grayson. It was fun to watch him play flag football, and
Nice.
Allie would never let him play football, so we're going to waste his talent at quarterback. But guys, let's jump into what have we been playing and or watching. I'll go really quick here, guys. I'm still playing Final Fantasy 16. Here's the good news, Chance. I'm in the dark dream sequence. I'm pretty sure I'm close to the end. I'm pretty sure.
If you've ever played a JRPG, you know if you're in a dream sequence, you're probably close to the end.
I think it's called something like that. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm almost gonna fight Ultima again or fight him. I don't know. So
Set aside 3 or 4 hours. Seriously, it is. That was.
There's no 3 or 4 hour boss fights.
Oh, there's 3 or 4 hour cutscenes.
Bacon?
And so we're
Have you played it? Bacon?
No.
Hold on. No, I'm not joking.
No game would ever have a 3 hour fight. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh God! All right,
Final
thanks,
Fantasy 15?
Chance.
Yeah, did you not play the big turtle thing on that one?
All right. So anyway, I'm approaching. We're almost there, boys. Probably only got another 20 hours, like Bubble Boy just said, but we're getting there. Okay. But I do want to shout out what I've been watching. Of course, we've been watching Bravo. Been watching Summer House. Been watching. Shout out to the Valley. The Valley's back. You guys just came back the other night. Shout out to the Valley. But another show we started this week was The Last of Us Season 2.
I have not started it yet.
You can watch it. Bacon should be waiting because he should play the game
I've
first.
watched it.
I really hate that you're not playing the game first. But anyway, it was fine.
I got so much in Game Pass, bro.
It was fine. Of course, I know it happens. There were a lot of changes, Jose. Did you watch Jose or no?
Oh, I haven't yet.
Okay.
Just no spoilers. You can talk about it.
I'm
Just
not
no
going to say any spoilers, but quickly, there are changes.
Huh.
I guess Chance would know because he's the only one here who actually beat it. There are a lot of changes, and one of them I don't know if I agree with.
Who plays Abby?
Abby's a skinny girl.
Yeah, she's not yoked at all.
She's not yoked. It's Caitlin Dever. She's. Do you remember Justified? She's been in a lot of things. She's a great actress. I'm not concerned about her. I think she's actually a good Abby. She's just not cut like Abby, which I think is an important trait of the character.
Sure.
But
Big
anyway,
time.
so my problem with Abby, Chance, is that they show her right away and they explain kind of her motives right away. And I don't agree with that because in the game that doesn't happen. Like that first scene you see, Bacon.
Yeah.
You don't see that. You
I've
played part of the game. You
yeah,
played a part of
I
the game.
got
You
this.
find out what's motivating Abby much later in the game, whereas in the show they're like, "Hey, this is what's going on." And
Interesting.
it is interesting because at the end of the episode, I don't want to say too much, but even like I feel like Allie knows what's going to happen, and she's like, it's not going to be like this big surprise like it's going to be for a lot of people. So interesting.
That sucks
It is-
because I'm so excited to talk to Tracy at work who has never played a video game in her life and absolutely loves it because she's like, oh my God, I had no idea. And I'm like, yeah, you just keep waiting.
So are you going to watch it, Chance?
I've watched the first few episodes of season 1 and
Well, you don't even really need to watch season 1, but
That's
just
what I'm
start watching
saying.
this so we can talk about it.
yeah, maybe.
Dan,
Yeah,
did you
okay.
feel like
Everybody
Sorry, real
start
quick.
watching it. Go ahead.
Joe and Kyle and Light were talking. I was listening before when I was making dinner that they feel like episode 2 is going to like do a pretty big thing that happens later.
Wait a second, Jose. I got to interrupt you right there. Freight Conductor just said Justified as a great pull. Somebody perma-mod Freight Conductor. He's got great taste. Justified, one of the greatest shows ever. Timothy Oliphant, come on.
We need the
just
choo-choo
these
choose you.
jabronis over here haven't watched it except for Bacon. I don't even know if he like I can't even, don't even get me started. Freight Conductor, one of the best shows ever. Justified. Everybody go watch Justified. Luke, are you talking about the game is so boring? Which game?
He's
talking
talking
about Last of Us?
Last of Us
Yeah,
games.
of course.
I agree. There's a lot of cutscenes. I think
right.
the pacing is not good, but I think the story is good. The gameplay is and we can talk about that later. So Jose, you said so. Go ahead.
No,
They were talking about
saying-
something that was going to happen.
Based on what happened in episode 1, and again, I don't know what that is.
Oh,
but
they
were
think
like
a big thing's going to happen in the next episode. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
do you
asking?
feel like that too?
Big thing can't happen in the next.
I
episode.
think it will. A big thing will be like the final scene in
Yeah.
the next one, and then you're going to find out in the
can't
third
do that.
episode. I think they're going to try to stretch it out a little bit, Jose. So, yes,
Okay. It's on my to watch
that's-
list. I just haven't.
Jose. But you should really just stop listening to everything and just watch it, and then not talk about it until after we've seen
Well,
it.
then
So
I can't
I'll
listen
wait.
to my friend's shows. I can't do that. But I appreciate what you're saying.
You can skip when they start
What
talking
are
about the
these
Last of Us.
numbers
Is what I'm saying.
over here? Four four
It's the
two
number
eight
of
four
times
four.
that Dan interrupts us.
Okay, somebody permaban Luke.
Permaban
Somebody,
Luke?
Nissa, I need you to put him on actually, just permaban him. Boot him from the channel. Get him out.
That
Nissa.
one's getting
Take him
clipped.
out.
That will be a short.
Freight Conductor again. Walter Goggins. Exactly. These jabronis, they just don't get the show. They just don't
Actually,
understand
Walter.
Justified.
It's Walter.
Yes,
not
Walter
Walter.
Yeah.
Goggins. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Bacon, what about you? What have you been playing or watching?
This week sucks because I've been working 5 days a week and I haven't had my normal Monday, Tuesday game sessions. I got to do it next week too, so I haven't been able to just finish Spider-Man. So mainly I've been playing Call of Duty till we get off, and then I try to get a mission or two done in Spider-Man. So it kind of sucks. I hate it, and so I'm probably not going to take a promotion at work just to keep from having to work 5 days a week. Have to have that hard conversation with the wife. So Warzone's awesome. It is freaking awesome. I did not think I'd get sucked in this hard again. Every night I tell myself I'm not playing Warzone, and then I get on and I see Jose's on Warzone. I'm like, I guess I can play Warzone. And next thing you know, the whole night's gone, which is fine because normally my days off are my days for playing Sony story-based games with really long cutscenes and side missions that are questionable at best. So it's been a boring week for me, other than playing with my boys and getting 4 wins in Warzone.
Yep.
Who was your fourth? Like, who was with you?
There's me,
We had
Jose, and
trios,
it was a trio.
2 trio
duh.
wins and 2 quad wins.
And then we had one with Snelling.
But what I've been watching, Daredevil.
Yeah,
So
I haven't
good.
yet. Are you
So good. I'm not.
Did you
not-
finish?
Not like I said, I got one more to go.
okay? But so you watched the episode that I was talking about last
Yes.
week,
Yes.
and was it not just? Oh my god!
yeah.
Yeah.
The show is incredible.
Mhm.
I don't think you have to watch the originals again to feel like you're caught up. You just feel like you go right into it with no. But I respect the hustle by watching all those episodes again.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll go next if that's cool. While he's updating our notes a little bit.
No, I didn't want to interrupt to tell Jose to go next. So just for you, Luke.
I'll add to the clip too. That's a great one. So just watching real quick, finishing Righteous Gemstones last season. God, I love that show. Just hilarious. This last episode wasn't stellar because it was like a flashback one, but it was fine. Still Abbott Elementary again because the teaching thing. My wife and I love that show. And then one that's new that if you're even a little bit into horror, but you also really appreciate good comedy, there is a movie on HBO Max. It's like brand new. It's called The Parenting. Like The Happening, but The Parenting. And it's a horror comedy, which sounds like such a weird genre of a film. But basically the premise is that these two dudes who are one of them is going to propose to the other. They're having their parents meet for the first time at this house. And so there's a lot of shenanigans around them being gay and about the parents meeting the first time. And it's very, very funny. But it also turns out that this house is possessed by a demon. And they talk about why that is in the movie. But it's freaking hilarious. And it's like a star-studded cast. Like I was blown away. But like I can't remember his name, but the dude who was in Succession, the dad, the main character, he's in it. Lisa Kudrow's in it. Edie Falco's in it. The Parker Posey's in it. The guy who played the brother-in-law in Breaking Bad. Who is it? Not Michael Chiklis, but he looks like him. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Hank.
Yeah, it's that actor. He's in it too. But it was awesome, dude. I didn't really go in with a lot of expectations. I was like watching it while I was
That's what
making
Dinero
shorts.
said. It's the guy from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it's exactly right. But man, it was really good, dude. Like I really enjoyed it. It's a cute movie. It's funny. Definitely a couple good scare scenes too as well. On HBO, that was great. But in terms of playing, I did finish South of Midnight, and I'll be honest with you. You know, shout out to Luke. Luke and I have pretty similar tastes in games, and I was shocked that he did not like it. I loved South of Midnight.
That's because Luke has bad taste in games, Jose, so don't
He
worry.
doesn't like Mass Effect, so
Oh, that's fair. Or he hasn't played Mass Effect, to be fair.
He tried
So
it,
that's
I think.
different.
That definitely needs to be the stretch goal. We should have told Logan
Yeah,
he
that is a
has
good
to
stretch
play
goal.
Mass Effect trilogy, all of it.
I'd give him 200.
I love South of Midnight, dude. To be fair, all the critiques people gave, that Logan gave and Eric gave and everyone, that like the fighting gets a little bland by the end, like very repetitive. But dude, the stories, like I kid you not, if you're an emotional person, like I worry about Kyle when he plays it, and like when M. Ken plays it,
Yep.
it's got some heavy stuff and great stories. Don't get me wrong, great stories, but definitely heavy. I really enjoyed the end. But it was great, man. Shout out to freaking Compulsion, dude. Like, absolutely gorgeous game. I took a couple of really cool screenshots and I actually posted them, and Compulsion reposted me, so that felt really cool too.
Oh,
That
cool.
was awesome.
Nice.
So shout out to them. Warzone as well. It's fun, man. I can't hate on Warzone. And to be honest with you, Bacon, I felt the same way, where I kind of wanted to play a couple other games this week, but the reality is the next couple of weeks are going to be real crazy with me with graduation. So I was like, I got to get this time in with my friends right now, and then it'll be summer after that. But the other big one I have to talk about, I did start Blueprints. I was hesitant because of what Luke said, but after what Silken and raved about it, and I kept seeing it everywhere too, I was like, I feel like I got to check this out, because I love puzzles. Puzzles are like a big thing for me. It is, if you don't like puzzles, do not play Blueprints. Let me just tell you straight up, it is not a game for you. If you demand a good story, maybe. I haven't gotten to that part yet. And if you like a lot of gameplay, don't play this, because that's not what this is. But it is a very unique premise as a game. It is very much like it is a roguelite in every sense of the word, but it is a very slow burn. And I'm on day 14, I think, right now. So I'm getting much more into like the tune of what I need to do, but it's also hard. It's not a very easy, because it's not a hack and slash. It's not like you just know you have to get to the next world and the next world and then a boss. It's like it's a puzzle, and there's a luck element involved and stuff. But I am actually really enjoying it. I was telling Silken it right before the show started, before you guys all got in here, that like I'm getting to the point where I'm either gonna pull through and finish it, or I'm gonna have to break away, because it's just every run takes like a good 30 minutes at this point. And
Oh,
like
dang. Yeah.
that's not a bad thing, right? Like I took my ally to my daughter's gymnastics thing last night, and it was perfect there. I got two runs in while I was sitting there. But like, dude, to spend that much time at home when I could be doing Warzone and stuff is significant. Daniel, question?
Oh, thanks. I didn't want to interrupt you. So Hogue was talking about this, I believe, on Bigcast, and he was saying the same thing. He said he was enjoying it, but then what really sucks is the RNG was getting really frustrating when you spend, like you said, like 30 minutes and then you don't have it. It's like, sorry, got to start over, So that was a frustrating part of it. I just want to shout out to Zach Marty, live stream until the trailer drops. What trailer?
Ooh.
I don't know, but I'm in.
Let's do it.
Because here's the issue, Dan, and this is what's very different than other roguelikes. And
Oh, the Oblivion trailer. That's got to be what it is. Right?
Like when you play Hades as an example. Hades
wish,
is a hack and
Zach.
slash, and like it's truly based on skill. Like you die because you're not good at the game. You miss the timing, whatever happens, right? That's not how this game is. Basically, what the barriers are, that it takes types of currency to do things. Like sometimes to open a door, you have to have a key, and just a generic key, not like a specific key. Or some rooms to open them up, you have to have gems, and the gems are like a unique item that you find. And so what's frustrating is like I've built really good rooms so far. The goal, you're trying to get to this room at the end of this space, basically, where I was literally next door to it. Like I even got a doorway that was connected, and I didn't have keys, and I there's no way to get them. But man, it was hard. So I'm not quitting, and I'm not hating on it. It is a very cool and unique game. It's actually kind of a perfect filler until Expedition 33 comes out. But I'll tell you what, if we get to the 29th and I haven't beat it, I'm walking away, to be honest with you. So
29th. Wow.
Bubble Boy, what about you? What have you been playing or watching?
It's been a pretty rough week, so I haven't had a ton of time to game. What I have been doing is putting it into, or the time that I have had has been put into South of Midnight, and I echo absolutely everything Jose said.
Yeah, you've got an A- right now so far. That's impressive.
The writing is so good. There is an overarching story that's extremely well done, and then each chapter has its own story that not necessarily builds on each other, but fits into the main overarching story. And literally, like Jose said, each one is emotional on so many levels. And then
Nice.
the other thing that I wanted to point out, I was talking to Chris at school about, was how the music is not my taste in music, and I still love it. And that just speaks so much to me that it's not even anything that I don't like the music, but I love the way it's done. I just think that speaks volumes because it's perfect. It's not shoved down my throat. It doesn't overstay its
I hear the
welcome.
music's phenomenal.
Yeah. It's so, the timing of it, the pacing of the music, when you hear it, why you hear it, is just so well done. So, and that's why, again, my tagline there, I just want more games like this that don't I don't have to put down 12 other things all at the same time to play, and that I can get 10 to 20 hours out of it, and an experience that I think I will remember for a long
Nice.
time.
I'm glad you're really enjoying it, because I was listening to the Iron Lords too, and this week, just actually before the show, and King David, shout out to King David, he was saying how his favorite game of all time was The Last of Us Part 2, and that was surpassed by South of Midnight. Like, he's like so high
For
on it.
favorite game of all time.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Not just
So-
from a writing standpoint, but all of
Yeah,
it.
I think the whole gameplay and combat thing, I think that's being severely complained about. Like,
wait,
I haven't
that's how you
played it
play
yet.
it, though,
I know I haven't played it,
Yeah.
but like, not every game has to have a certain combat.
No,
Like,
I'm not
I know
complaining. I was literally
I'm gonna
just
love it.
asking. Like, he meant,
Yeah,
he's not
that's
talking
his-
just writing. He said, wow.
all time. Yeah,
Yeah. And I get it. I believe that.
guys, let's
He's calling out. Let's see what happens. We're ready to
Hey,
take
Joe,
chances.
tell her to pick up.
Why does my wife
What,
hate me?
Daniel?
She's got an Apple Watch. Like, I know she knows it's ringing.
She usually says yes, dear. That's usually her answer.
Yes, dear.
What is she doing?
I never
Not
know what she's
answering your
doing.
phone call,
Probably
bruh.
watching Last of Us.
Ellie!
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying.
Ellie, answer your
The
phone!
person you're trying to reach does not give a.
Shut the up, Gary.
Well, we were gonna have a special guest on the show, but apparently my wife hates me, like as always. So, guys, let's move on to let's close the show like we always do with the best food we had this week. Chipotle Bear, I'm gonna need you to pull up the ticker here. I got some updates for you. Please add 4 breakfast burritos. Keep in mind that wasn't this week. That was a couple weeks ago, and then this week there were a few that we didn't get added. All same with the pizzas. I haven't had pizza this week. This was a previous week that I missed. But the best food I had this week was, shout out to my wife who hates me apparently. She made homemade chicken quesadillas, and let me tell you, I don't ever have to go to Taco Bell again, you guys, because when she makes their delicious, fresh
afford it.
quesadillas, and then I just get that spicy ranchero sauce from. Why do I need to go to Taco Bell? I don't. So shout out to my wife
Better off.
again, who apparently hates me. That was the best food I had this week. Luke said Allie's trying to poop in maybe. Yeah, you know what? He might be onto something. Even then, I would answer if I was on the shitter, and so I don't understand.
We
Like,
all
I
would.
don't
I've called Chance many times.
exactly. Jose, can you change it
my
to
best work
food F for food, please? On there. While you do that, Bacon. Let's hear what you got. Bacon's falling asleep over there. When it gets dark over there, that means he's getting tired. So, Bacon, what was the best food you had this week?
Literally, I have zero to report other than I had a pizza from Fat Sully's again, and it is by far the best pizza in Denver, and y'all should try it. Just Denver Biscuit Company, I believe, is the parent company. So good.
All right. Shout out to the chat. Nissa Hauer said the best food was Apple Jacks. I mean,
Really?
The only when I
cereal?
think Apple Jacks
Great.
in
It's great
Colorado,
cereal.
that's a
it's
liquor store.
Yeah, it's like a giant liquor store here in Nissa. It's like
So
a
Nissa, if you
liquor
need help, let us know.
warehouse.
Friday night, turn up.
It's a cry for help.
Shout out to Freight Conductor. My wife made beef stroganoff from scratch. Some sauteed onions and mushrooms, and
me about
the mix was good. Shout out to Freight Conductor. Bubba Boy, what was the best food you had?
Yes, so I have to do a slight shout out to start this off. We had Gateway's first ever half cap ceremony last night, which if you don't know what that is, it's like a graduation that we have
Your
for
cap and
sophomores.
gowns? Oh.
No, it's for sophomores that are on track, and it was so cool. It was
Oh,
so well
cool.
done. Our principal put a lot of money into it, which I think was really really cool. So awesome for those families, and we got a little reception at the end. They had these little desserts. They were like cups about this big. The cup was made out of cookie. Inside the cup was a layer of caramel on the bottom, and then like fudge with sea salt on the top. I'm telling you, I could have eaten 40,000 of these things. They
Sounds
were
incredible.
absolutely to die for. I wish, and I meant to, and I just didn't. I'll try and figure it out for next week. I believe it was like independently catered. It wasn't just, I mean, this was not, hey, I'm walking over to Walmart. So I have to find out who made them. They were incredible. And then there was also these like little cookie dough bite things that were amazing. And if you don't know and you don't get a lot of Mexican sodas where you live, you need to start. I had never had manzanita sol. Whew,
The apple soda?
Yeah.
so good.
How old are you?
So good. I absolutely adored that stuff. We had it. Is that normal? Like if you guys like had
Oh, that's all over Utah.
It's like, have you had like Humex? Like,
no.
Taco
Oh,
time?
I've
in
had
high school.
Humex. I've had that. I was like,
it with the little frogs on them?
no,
Is
Humex
that-
are like the blue fruit juices that come
Yeah.
in like a can, like mango
like
and
a-
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Or like
yeah,
jarritos
sorry.
or like the
Yeah.
like the
Jarritos.
That's what I was thinking. But man, manzanita soul, man. That stole my soul. Let me tell you about it. So
Shout out to Nell Jared. Best food near Bear Creek High School was Tokyo Hibachi Express. We went there for lunch today.
Ooh.
It is delicious. Jewel. I gotta check that out. I love hibachi. I
what
didn't
teacher
know that
has
was
time
over
for
there.
lunch?
Oh.
Because of testing.
We had
Yeah.
SAT
Yeah.
today,
I
PSAT.
was
And
gonna
she was
say,
home early yesterday.
Don't say that in
Oh,
front of her
gosh,
boss,
Bacon.
Bacon.
No.
We let him go.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Close your ears. Oh.
Deja Vu, the tavern in Lamar,
Get back to
Colorado
Colorado.
tonight.
Get back to Denver, bro.
Land, sea, earth pasta. Deal had linguine, clams, pork belly, mushrooms, some yummy sauce. Pretty dang good. Yeah, shout out to Deja Vu, you guys. He's out there in the boonies. He needs to connect to Starlink. He needs it
He's
out there.
playing video games over his cell phone connection, I
Really
think.
is. And
No,
running
he
Discord
has
at
no
the
cell
same
phone
time.
connected. He's hurting out there, you
He's
guys.
in the
Jose,
boonies.
what's the best food you had this week?
So shout out to my parents. Last week was my dad's 67th birthday. So
Oh,
for his dinner,
Josecito.
yep, he actually Big Jose is Jose Sote, just for the record,
I-
but that's fine.
Jose
Listen,
Sote. Come on,
I
Jose.
know
Jose
that.
Sote.
That's what makes it
Come on.
funny.
Senor Jose.
Exactly. We had chicken and waffles. That's what he wanted for his birthday. So my mom made chicken waffles, which was delicious. And then shout out to my wife and the kids. So every Wednesday now we go to dinner because of gymnastics. We're like we're not near our house, so we got to eat somewhere else. And they've been talking about this Thai place, and I don't really love Thai food. Like it's fine. I don't hate it. I'm not allergic to it or anything. I just never crave it. And so they finally convinced me to go to this place called Lamai Thai. If you're in Denver, it's near Edgewater. There's like a Target in Edgewater. Everyone knows where that Target is. It's very close.
There's
to
a
that.
Target in Edgewater?
There's
This must be
definitely
the,
a Target in
the
Edgewater.
gentrified Edgewater.
Or by
part.
Sloan's
Yeah, the Target's
Lake.
been there a long time, but that area is definitely gentrifying. Anyway, I got this yellow coconut curry that was outstanding, like with noodles. And I mean, I've been to Thailand. Like I went when I was much younger, and there was one time when we were
Coconut and
out of our
curry.
minds, and we found this back
Curry.
door like curry place that was. It's like literally one of the best meals I've had in my life. This was very close to that. Like it was
Wow.
very, very good curry, pretty reasonable prices. And the best part is they had a TV on. Apparently, all they play is Star Wars because my family's been there 3 times, and and Scarlett was like,
Interesting.
"Dad, every time we come, they're just playing Star Wars." And
You're
so
like, yeah.
unfortunately, it was Attack of the Clones. It was episode 2. I know,
Might have ruined the meal right there.
exactly. But shout out to Lamai Thai, and then just a quick shout out. I can't remember who posted it in which Discord chat because we're in a few of them.
The one with
McSnack
500.
wraps. The McSnack wraps are apparently coming back very soon.
Jam Pack Sam tweeted or
That's what it
threaded
was.
about it.
It was Jam Pack Sam. Shout out to Project X Talk. Cannot wait to have that. I will absolutely do a review on the McSnack wrap when that comes out.
Except it's chicken. That's not what we want.
It's okay. It's one step, bud. Like at least it's back on the menu, which is great.
Shout out to Freight Conductor. Pad Thai is the best. I agree. I love Pad Thai. I don't.
They have good pad thai there too.
I'm not
I just didn't get that.
I'm not gonna do coconut in my curry. One more shout out, boys. I forgot to tell you. Shout out to our good friend Dr. Michael Cito. He welcomed in Stephen Joseph Cito. They had a baby boy, their third child,
right.
healthy.
Congrats, Mike.
And then the extra shout out, in addition to this, is he connected me to our old friend, Mr. Jack McAuliffe. Shout out to
Oh, wow.
Jack. Jack says, "What's up to everybody?" And get this, he's gaming. He wants to drop on Warzone with us. He
Oh,
also
get
wants to
him in
play.
here.
He also wants to play some. What's
Pick
that
him up.
That soccer game where you're driving cars around.
Oh,
Soccer
Rocket League.
Rocket
He
League.
wants to play that.
Soccer cars.
He's also been playing Hogwarts, and I think there's some. Oh, and like PGA. Typically, it's basically what he was playing back in middle school. So Jack was a friend of ours back in high school. Shout out to Jack. He is
Massachusetts
unfortunate.
now, right?
I thought he was in Buffalo. I don't know where he is now.
East Coast though, for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is on PS5, so we're gonna have to figure out how to crossplay with him.
He
but
just
I did-
doesn't. Yeah.
I did. To be fair, he was a PS fanboy when back in the day in middle school. I did have to educate him. He's like, one of my friends was telling me I need an external hard drive because he's like ran out of space. I'm like, Jack, you need to install a new SSD in your PS5. I'll send you some links. I'll get you hooked
Or
up.
just delete games.
Yeah, you should do that too.
I know. That's why I was like, how did you run out? But I mean, he told me the games. I'm like, I guess that makes sense. It's
Warzone
only
is 200 gig.
And they only remember the PS5 standard. It has
Is it 500?
Yeah, isn't it like
600?
800?
No, it's
But like minus the
6.75.
OS or something. So
Yeah.
yeah,
750 minus the OS or something like that.
yeah. So shout out to Jack. But yeah, so gentlemen, this has been the Nerd Chat episode 207. It says Shadow dropping Oblivion, but actually the real title should have been The Gates of Oblivion Are Coming. My name is Daddy Diwali. You can follow me at Daddy Diwali across all social media. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast on all social media. Also, shout out to Todd. Shout out to Secret Friends Unite. I was on Co-op Mod the other day. Jose, we
that's
shouted
right.
you. Get ready. I gave you some superpowers. I hope you liked what I assigned to you. So shout out to Co-op Mode. Go give that a listen. I was on that recently. Shout out to our awesome chat. Shout out to the Freight Conductors, the Silkenits, Luke, Diego, Nissa, as always, number one mod.
Gentle Stone.
Ains for stopping by, Gentle Stone, whoever else I am forgetting on here. Thank you
Joseph.
for being here. Even Joe. And the randoms who stopped by, Taco Express. What was that taco guy's name? Taco?
Emotionless Taco.
Emotionless Taco. Jose, where can people find you?
You can find me at Chipotle Bear everywhere. For my quick shout out, I want to shout out Captain Logan. He did his live stream of horror last Saturday after their show, where he streamed part of Resident Evil 7 and Dead Space as one of his extensions for their trip. Logan hates scary games, for the record. They are two of my favorite games, and so I'm honestly a little bit jealous that he gets to play them for the first time. Because I just love those games. So, but I'm proud of him for doing it. It was a lot of fun to be in the live stream. A lot of the same people here were in that chat, which was great. And also, of course, a shout out to Luke. It sounds like it was a rough week for him last week. He and I were chatting offline a little bit, and hope it was a better week for you, man. I know the end of the year is hard for all of us in education and even Bacon by extension, right? Because of his wonderful wife. April, May is just like hell. And what sucks more than any of that is that we're getting these amazing games with just very little time to play a lot of them. So everybody take care of themselves. Luke, you too. And thank you for, of course, listening, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you for that road to 500. Dude, it makes me so happy every week, even though we're going up by 2-3 at a time. We're getting there. So thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing us with other people. And we'll see you next week.
Bacon, where can people find you?
Unfortunately, you can still find me on Twitter, but I am on the verge of deleting Twitter. If it wasn't for all the fight videos, some reason my feed is full of fist fights right now.
What?
I kind of like watching fist fights.
Why?
You know who else likes? You know who else likes to watch those
Bullies
fights?
getting beat up. I like it.
Your boy Colin. He loves watching it on YouTube. That's all he
It's
watches.
awful.
It's
Part of the problem.
Street fights.
And then on Facebook, all I get is police chases and stuff like that. So,
My wife just gets. I'm not even gonna say it.
I mean, Instagram's the only one where I get like golf videos and stuff I want. So, but anyways, back to the story at hand. I should be deleting Twitter here soon. I'm going to follow Joe's lead and get rid of it. It's just too political at this day and age. And that's where you can find me, unfortunately. And I want to give another huge shout out to Rory McIlroy for reaching the pinnacle of godliness in the game of golf. Thank you.
Who's Rory who?
McCoy. Bubble Boy and Seven. Where can people find you?
Oh gosh, let me see. I don't even know anymore. Blue Sky, actually. Yeah, we're doing pretty good over there on Blue Sky too. I want to say big shout out to Jose because our shorts are absolutely crushing it. I think that's where we're getting a lot of these new subscribers from, and he puts so much time into all the after or behind the scenes stuff. And so thank you, Jose, for doing all that, because we're getting there.
Quick question, Dan and Bing, and do you know what our views were the last month total? Like all views of all of our stuff.
I was just looking at all
I had
the
that
stats
hot
actually
one that
recently.
did pretty well. So.
Just take a guess. I looked tonight at the show. I never look at it. I happened to look tonight.
Oh, I look daily.
112,000.
No, 26,000 in the last 30 days. That's pretty
Which
good,
is
man, for a bunch
impressive.
of idiots in Colorado.
Maybe that's what our total was or something like that.
26,000. Yeah, which is 19,000, almost 20,000 more than usual.
Nice.
But I think it's the consistency,
It's
right?
the Nintendo
we're-
short.
Well, and
See, we got to start talking about Nintendo and PlayStation. We
don't-
got to change the
I gotta have
focus
more
to
hot
Nintendo.
takes.
If
who
we
wanted to talk
changed it
about
to a
Mario Kart tonight?
Nintendo PlayStation podcast, man, we would be killing it right
Stop.
now.
No, we don't
What
have
is
to say our
our-
desires. I'm just saying.
As always, PC fanboys, see you online.
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 Nice night for a walk, eh?
Nice night for a walk.
Wash day tomorrow. Nothing clean, right?
Nothing clean, right?
Hey, I think this guy's a couple cans short of a six-pack.
Your clothes. Give them to me. Now.
The Nerd Chat is an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast across all social media. The show was created by Daniel Walenzik, and you can follow him at Daddy D. Wally. Co-host and producer Jose Martinez III can be found at Chipotle_Bear. Former intern, now co-host Jason Jarrett can be found at XBaconGaming. And former co-host, now returning intern Chance Siegel can be found at BubbleBoy N7. If you'd like to find out more about the show, please visit nerdchatmedia.com. And as always, see you online.